I want to share with the following idea. I was in Forest Hills, and I was listening to a shiur from a very big Talmud Chacham there, and he was talking about the mitzvah of achilas maror, how you have to first dip into charoses, and then you shake off the charoses. Why? Because you need to taste the full bitterness of the charoses. And when I heard those words, the following thought fell into my head. Yeah, I've given over 1,000 shiurim on thanking Hashem when things look bad. Right? How many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times have I said nothing bad ever happens? Nothing bad ever happens. So I asked myself then, so what is the pshat? How can we understand mitzvah's mar? How can it be? If nothing's bad, then why do we mar? We should have mar. At least have a little charosis with it to sweeten it up. But mar means that it's bad. It's bitter. There is bitterness in the world. What's going on? This is my question. And I thought I would have to call up Turning Time and tell them, please take down every single shiur I ever gave and thank Hashem when things look bad. It's not true. There are bad things. If there are no bad things, then why are we eating mar? What are we representing? What are we remembering, commemorating? The bitterness. If there's no bitterness, right? It seemed to me like my entire shita was destroyed in one moment like this. And then I couldn't rest. It was Friday, and I spent the whole Friday afternoon until right before Shabbos. I found the Maharal deals with this question. It's a Maharal in Gvuras Hashem, Perek Lamed Vav, and the Maharal says as follows. Yeah, and this answers the question: why do we? What is all about? What is it all about eating a Maror on Pesach? Why do we eat Maror on Pesach? If there's no bad in the world, so what are we doing eating Maror? So the Maharal says like this. He says like this: "V'zenod b'yitzias Mitzrayim, also Kadosh Baruch Hu in Yisrael nisim and flows Mitzrayim. Hashem did tremendous miracles for us in Mitzrayim, right? Kiritzono. Ve'ein miyamerlo ma'atase. No one told Hashem what to do. But kol nisim and flows Mitzrayim lo dia shuyis baruch yochid be'elyonim etachtonim. Hashem is one existence without plurality. The good and the bad are all one. Kamosham Yisrael ati adati gadol Hashem mikol Elokim." But all these buyers that come on. Korban Pesach moral achdus yisbarach. This is revealing, right? The Korban Pesach is revealing the complete oneness of Hashem. V'siva lechla Pesach al matzah zamorim. L'hayros ki ito shu echad yavo pulos muchlakos. Yeah, says the Maharal like this. What's the point of eating maror on Pesach? To know that the same place where the bitterness comes, the same place where the sweetness comes, the bitterness comes. It's all one mahalach. It's all one path in the world. There's one Hashem. Hashem Echad. Hashem Elokeinu. Hashem Echad. Good and bad, all one. It's all one the same. It's all one mahalach. It's one straight path of serving the Borei Olam. And that's it. There's nothing else. So it comes out like this. The reason we eat maror, to remember the bitterness, is to know the bitterness is also sweet. It's coming from Hashem Yisparach. The bitterness is coming from Hashem and no place else. And that's why we eat maror. And that's why we eat it with the Korban Pesach. Yeah? The Korban Pesach, as where binds the matzah and the maror together, to tell us that the same bitterness is together with the matzah, which is freedom, which is cheres. Yeah? The bitterness is the cheres. Without the bitterness, you can't appreciate, like we said to Maharal, without the bitterness, you can't appreciate the sweetness. You can't appreciate freedom without first being a slave. And that's why the Chasim Sofer, the Maharal say you have to first be a slave. That's why there's a mitzvah, an obligation, to first be a slave before you have the freedom from the end of the Seder. And this is how the Maharal concludes. Hu yisbarach echad umiyuchad kamo shahar lanu. As Hashem taught us when He took us out of Mitzrayim, and He made known His oneness in the world. He brought us into the Gula, into the Golas, and He brought us out. Hashem brought the Golas and He brought the Gula to show us that it's all one. Everything in life that happens, it's good, it's bad, it's terrible, it's horrible, it's wonderful, it's great, it's terrific, it's terrible, it's destruction, it's devastating. It's all one thing. It's all from Hashem. There's no difference. In fact, the devastating, the horrible, the terrible is sometimes better. Lefi rova choshech rova or. According to the light is the darkness. According to the darkness is the light. Yeah? The more darkness there is, the more chance there is for light. So this is something we have to know. We have to know it. We have to internalize it. We eat the maror. The maror is coming to tell us. It's coming to combine it. And really, as Hillel says, the ultimate kiyum of the maror is together with the matzah. Yeah? Okay, there's different opinions, but we finish off the mitzvah of achilas matzah and maror, eating them both together. Because everyone agrees, everyone agrees that they're supposed to be together. They're one mitzvah, and they're both, one is megal on the other, one is revealing on the other. They're both supposed to be working together. Hashem should help us to see the light in the darkness every day of our life. When we have difficulties, we see it's all from Hashem. Echad! Hashem Echad. Everything comes from Him. Nothing comes from anywhere else. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, it's all good. Amen.